go. Hello, everyone. We are live. I hit the wrong button. I restarted a bunch of times before this. Good audio. Thank you. Thank you, Ink, there. And, hello and welcome to the Proficiency bonus channel. I'm your oh so loving DM, Sarah. I'm gonna check out the kind right now. Tonight we are playing Icewind Dale, Rime and the Frostmaiden. We have some good news coming up starting next Sunday. With this very show, it's our birthday week. Yes, we are celebrating 4 years of Proficiency bonus bliss. Every night we have some giveaways, including entire starter kits to Candlekeep Mysteries, the Alien TTRPG, and dice. And speaking of dice, we were very graciously given by Cardboard Castle Games 2 sets of official Rime and the Frostmaiden dice to raffle off. So don't forget to tune in starting Sunday, July 18th for birthday week. And with that, before we begin, I would like to thank some of our sponsors that have made the show possible, including Twitch, Streamlabs, OBS, Little Dragon Corp. If you type in !Little Dragon and chat for information, you can use the coupon code PROBONUS at checkout and you will receive a 10% discount on your order. And for our aforementioned friends at Cardboard Castle Gaming, you can type in !CCG and chat for information about that. And now, onto our recap. Last time on a very, very, very special episode of Rime and the Frostmaiden, the adventurers were halted as they left the town center just moments from when Gray had killed a man during a tournament. The guards took the angry Gray to place him in temporary hold in the local jail cell. Meanwhile, Sheriff Markham Southwell says they are trying a new procedure to determine the intent of a criminal's actions. A local acolyte was brought in from the Temple of the Thunder to help gauge this process. In turn, he determined that Greg was evil. And also there was something not quite right with Kavik. And also that the medallions they wore from the falls of the Vistus were evil. The acolyte then told them that Grey could be fixed, would it take a 10-day for a cleric powerful enough to come from Fireshear. So the gang then decided it was time to eat out of Bridgelander and ended up making their way northwest to find another druid of the Frozen Far named Damia. She told Gray that they were to look far east for the last of their druid coven for a woman named Amnon, who was now mad herself with grief. Damia cast a spell on the group that enabled them to fly at a fast speed in cloud form, and the adventurers decided to check out the Black Cabin. They began to scout out the area and found a lone structure with the windows burst out and seemingly empty inside. Going inside, Gray nearly fell to his death as the floor gave out below. Perhaps most importantly, there's a item there. One that caused a great explosion, or perhaps should I say incineration, as it destroyed nearly everyone in the area. Gray looked up from the blinding light only to see dust settled on the ground around him, the remnants of his former companions. Little does he know that Farewell lay unconscious down the hallway, and that his party members aren't dead, but merely on the ethereal plane. Oh my goodness, my bunny fell down from my cabinet. I guess anyway. Gray threw his helmet aside in anger, revealing a very interesting face. And as the dust settles, Anji, Kavik, and Evander are on another plane of his existence, but they are not alone. So, begins our tale. And now I have to turn to the right page. That would help. Yeah. Remember that, you can see, but it's very hazy kind of thing, like in front of your face. It is something like a bizarre, ghostly, like spectral image of the character, or blob of ectoplasmic energy. So you just see this form take shape, and it says, "Oh, are you here to help?" Well, not on purpose. I built that thing, and he'll show you this. I don't think I showed you it last time what it looked like, so let me do that for our viewers. Where is it? Oops, I didn't mean to do full screen. Sorry, viewers. F11? There we go. Yeah. Where is it? Alright, that's what it looks like. It's a, ring within a ring with a, geode in the center, and it's a gyroscope that looks like two scorched rings inlaid with runes and a dense chunk of coal at its core. So that's what it looks like. What Kavik picked up briefly before everything went to hell. Oh, it was supposed to help end the rime. I... No. Well, see, I have a feeling that we can at least help if you're willing to try that. Yes. Well, I'm not exactly sure about your cease of life, but I know that I'm here for a reason, and maybe you are too, and maybe it's because of that thing. What do you say? You've got nothing to lose, frankly. You see two more amorphous blobs. Listen, I think that we can fix this device if it's safely and thoroughly analyzed, assessed, and pieced together. Too bad you're dead. Well, here. Where? Well, I'm not sure. But but it looks like we can at least look and see what's happening on the other plane. You can interact with the regular material plane mechanically if you pass a charisma check, and you can lift or move only up to 5 pounds mechanically. Yes, yes. It's right on the glass, I think. Right. Oh, and someone else write on the glass, or did I make that up? Okay, listen. You gotta get your friends to look at it, identify it, assess it, see what's wrong, fix it, and then maybe it'll work. And maybe our spirits won't be tied here and we can move on. Mm-hmm. Give me a charisma check. The helmet and through his helmet. Right. Okay. Yes, you can totally throw a rock at his face. Um, Oh yeah. Right. It's very glassy. Like glossy, froggy. Where'd my music go? Oh, that one's not on repeat. Nah. Oh, wait. Oh, crap.
But no, you're right. It is.
Try now.
Oh, no,
Hello,
I hear me.
hello.
I hear me. Okay.
Thank you, chat. I'm sorry.
I must have
My
had it on too
Streamlabs
low.
OBS updated and it changed all my
That's okay.
sound settings and
It was
channels.
mostly people just kind of being like, damn, are we actually dead?
Yes, so sorry
No.
about that.
And I have a rock thrown at
Yeah,
my
we for
face.
real super dead.
So if you throw a rock at his face, I mean, he still has his weapon out, so I mean, he'll probably kind of startle up to his feet and kind of, hold his lance sort of
Roll
out to the
a
nothingness.
roll a per I won't make taking damage. But roll a perception check now that you're jolted out of your
Yeah, and I'm just like
stance.
kicking rocks at the weird gyroscope thing. Like, oh, that over there, that thing.
It's only a 7. I rolled a 3.
You do not notice anyone in the hallway yet.
Um, but he does know that something hit him, so
Yes.
he knows that the floor is weak. He's going to,
Oh, I got rid of your echo because No, wait, your echo would still be there. Sorry.
it's okay. He's not
I.
going to do anything with the echo right now anyway. He's going to go back where he knows the floor is more stable.
Okay.
And he's going to sort of follow along the wall to where he last saw his friends. He's
Yes.
going to step over into the Evander Ash.
Uh huh.
Keep
Crunchy.
walking.
Okay.
He's like looking down at the ground. So is is all of their stuff also gone? And is also the device gone?
The device is there, and their magical items and some remnants of their clothing are there.
He's kind of he walks through the Evander pile.
When he does,
Where
can
the
I
device Kavik had the device, right?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
can I slightly tug on like any scrap of like Gray's clothing or anything hanging off him as
Sure.
he's
These charisma checks are ridiculous because I'm gonna say that doing them every like 5 seconds is gonna be really annoying. So yes, you can do that effectively.
14 if it matters.
Sure. So you tug on him.
He's a little bit. I'll try a perception check again just because I want to see if I notice. I rolled a 5.
I mean, you're a little bit shell shocked right now, to be honest.
Yeah, so like he's sort of all up in it. That's 2 perception checks. That's like a 5 and a 3.
Oh, and you guys have
Um,
a group D20. Don't forget.
yeah.
I think
He
it's on Gray
sees.
right now, but it's group
Yeah.
D20.
He can tell by the items in the clothing where Anji was.
Yes.
He can see the. Oh, I remembered. I wanted to ask. Kavik's interesting. Did that count as a magical item, or did it
No,
get
it did not.
disintegrated?
It got disintegrated.
Oh, the laser
The
gun.
laser gun
Laser
is no
gun.
more.
Oh no!
He just kind of looks down at that pile that was Kavik. It's like, damn fool. I'm gonna move past all of
Whenever,
them.
whenever he says "damn fool," Kavik is going to, in the dust, draw a question mark.
Oh.
You want me to make a charisma?
No, no more charisma, but give me a perception check for that guy. Since you guys are actively doing
I've
stuff
rolled
to try
really
to.
low so
I know, but
far.
you're trying to actively gain his attention, so we'll say Gray has to perceive this.
17 now.
Okay, you see a question mark in the dust, and you see a bunch of rocks. pointing in one direction kind of thing, like a spray of rocks, and yeah. Pointing towards that device.
Yeah, he like looks down, he's like looking around, he goes, "Hello?"
All right, I write in the desk, pick up the damn gyroscope thing, figure it out. We're still alive.
That's really long.
That is really
That's
long.
really long.
It's a lot
We
of
did
dust. I got little fingers.
Up to Sarah.
Last time anyone picked that up, we were all incinerated.
That is what caused you all to get incinerated, was picking it up.
Yeah. It was
Maybe
letting off
it's
like
a
a low
rag.
level of magical energy, and I thought, no problem. I've picked up way worse than that. I pick it up and we explode.
Well, he recognizes that something is going on. I understand all that. I'm gonna try and get to what I've been trying to do, because I've been trying to like narrate a little thing here, and he keeps getting interrupted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can tell you what this does. Not Gray, but Magritas could tell the players what it does. The other players. It was supposed to control the weather, and end the rhyme. It has, let's see. Basically, it has a spell on it, the control weather spell. But otherwise, Greg would have to study the runes on the device's rings to understand that that's what it did.
He's still shell-shocked. He understands something is going on. He's been trying to get across the room so that he can go pick up his helmet. I said I threw it across, so
Yep.
I figured it would be about here.
Yes, and you see a unconscious body in the hallway.
What's above and below? Of course you're the one that's still here. He's gonna put his helmet on. And I'm
So-
going to go and inspect Farewell's body.
There, but unconscious.
Does Farewell have any like potions of healing or anything on her? If he starts
I-
searching.
Don't think so. I don't know if we would have any in the bag of holding, which would also be on my person.
You do have the bag of holding. If I look in it, a lot of money, but no healing potions. Were there any back in the dust? Do any of you have a healing potion in your inventory? Because I think they're magical.
I don't think anyone has any.
Y'all. Hey, guess what we're gonna buy?
Magritas will say, listen. Your friend has to see that there was a third ring that had to be attached to the device. And this new ring must have runes like those that appear on the other two rings. He must craft a third ring himself and inscribe it.
Are we confident Gray can do that? I mean, I
There's
guess-
no point.
yeah, I guess there's no choice. I just sometimes look for things to freak out about. All right, I'm gonna need more dust, I guess. Start shuffling my own ashes.
Is there anything in the room like loose cloth or like maybe like a Skyrim bucket kind of situation that I can move on top of the gyroscope?
You want to move something on top of the gyroscope? Sure. Like a little bucket thing.
Just to block it so that Gray doesn't like pick it up right away. 'Cause if he's incinerated, what's it all been for? Yeah.
Don't worry, fam. I got 10 intelligence.
I'm sure that he can touch it now. I think that the device's rings that were unable to control the magic energy from the core are now settled. And he needs the third ring to contain it.
Gray is going to take Farewell's body since it seems stable. To be fair, he probably doesn't know if a healing potion would help Farewell anyway. Farewell doesn't have a mouth. And he's not about to just pour liquid on a robot, so I cannot take your token, Keplin, but he's going to drag you and put you on the table. Just so that you're kind of laid out there. Okay. Think. Could go back to the druid. I could. I'm wanted for murder. And all of the people who were supposed to be smarter than me are now just ash. Wonderful. Love that. Love that all of the magic smart people are ash. Is it because they were magical? Is that why you were the only one that's okay? He looks down at Farewell. You can't fucking answer me. He's going to take the bag of holding off of you, and he's going to go to everyone's magic items, and he's going to scoop those in there. And he's going to kind of throw that over his shoulder. I don't know how to fix you. I don't know if you fix yourself. I don't know enough about any of the people here! Ah!
Speaking of Ghostman, is there a material that third ring needs to be made out of?
Let's see. 1/4 pound of metal must be melted down in fire and recast using Smith's tools.
Okay, just metal. Okay.
Helmet would do nicely.
Yes, or well, well, no, I guess those ingots got incinerated,
Kavik probably has like a stash of metal in his auto ski-doo that he created.
Well, that might be. Would that be outside? Because otherwise, it's disintegrated. Any metal that was on your person is probably gone, except
Yes.
maybe your helmet was
No,
magical.
I'm saying it's like it's in his sled.
Okay.
Everyone make an
Like,
intelligence
you were
check,
picking up supplies last time.
just to check.
I don't even have anything to get anybody up.
17.
That's a nat
16.
1. I'm still just shuffling my ashes around like I'm
You're
gonna write a
shuffling your
really long
ashes.
letter.
Farewell's unconscious. Gray, you wanna make an
Oh,
intelligence?
I also get to make one. Okay, sorry. I thought maybe it was dead people. Straight 12.
Anyone
plus
over
0.
a 10. There are other doors in the room that you could open that might have materials in.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
working on that. I was doing
Okay.
a little bit of role play.
Okay.
Let me do
I
a
just
little
didn't
bit
want
of
you.
role
I
play.
didn't want you guys to struggle too much, like the thing.
No. Because he sees
And I didn't
that
know
no
with the
one
map-
has.
With the outline, I didn't know how much of the doors you could see on the map, honestly, too.
Yeah, I know that there's doors to the north. There's
Okay.
2. Because he sees that no one has any healing potions, and the people that could do healing magic are gonzo. He's going to start searching. He's basically like, I'm on my own now. Cool.
Okay.
Well, there's gotta be. I've got a whole bunch of magic items, and I've got a spell that can get me back to Bryn Shander if I need to. Let's see if there's anything else useful here.
Okay.
So I will go.
Sure. Let me open the doors and. Sorry, I just didn't know how far these doors, the dynamic lighting went down to cover the doors or not. So.
Yeah, no, I can still see all the doorways.
Okay. So in there you said the scent of wine fills this room, which contains 4 frost-covered barrels.
Not my way to grieve. Well, I'll search the room to make sure it's not just wine barrels.
It's just wine barrels.
Okay, not my way to grieve. Next door.
Alright, here you find a lot more stuff. This room contains a fireplace and 2 empty bookcases. Tacked to the walls and strewn across the floors are frost-covered blueprints. Face down on the floor next to one of the blueprints is a tiny man made out of clay. Give me an intelligence or arcana check.
I'll do Arcana.
While that's happening,
Sure.
I'm gonna just speak to the blob known as Kavik, that I assume is Kavik,
Mhm.
and say, "Listen, there's slim to no chance that metal man is gonna be able to figure this out. Maybe you need to start working towards figuring out this third rune, Mister I Make Things Man."
Mr. I make things.
Um, one, not a man. Two, certainly I can try to figure it out. And so I'm going to, and like, are the blueprints you were talking about, like, does that include like scribing things for the third ring?
In the room that Greg's in the room that Gray's in?
Yes.
Yes. Some of them resemble a gyroscope. Gyroscope? Gyroscope. Which one? Gyroscope. Okay.
Gyro.
Gyroscope and
Like gyration.
yes. Okay. So they do resemble some of the things in the other room, yes. And it seems to be like a tinker's atmosphere in here. From
Then I
based
am
on your
going
knowledge.
to. Right, I'm going to see if I can analyze the runes on that and see if are they easily replicable. Like, could somebody with no skill at scribing scribe them?
Give me an intelligence check. And Gray, what did you roll?
He rolled a 4 on
You
Arcana.
see a pile of clay that looks man-shaped and it looks funny.
Yeah. I mean, he does see blueprints with runes and
Yes.
stuff. Like, he has eyes.
No,
but he
this was
doesn't
just
make
for the
sense of any
clay
of it.
specifically.
Oh, that was just for the clay specifically?
Yeah.
The roll?
Yeah.
Okay. But
For
I
For
also
the
see
room, you see massive amounts of blueprints on the floor, on the walls, what looks to be a tinkerer's set because you're familiar that Kavik had one, and what
Yeah.
looks to be like barrels and different like stands of stuff, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he is combing through it because he still kind of thinks he's alone. So if Kavik's on the Ethereal, because can they hear me
Yes.
when I talk?
I'm gonna
Okay,
say
so-
yes, cause that would be. Wait. I don't know.
Or can they only see?
Can't.
I think they can only see, sort of. Not here.
It may be
I'm trying to
worded
remember
like you
back to
can.
the blink spell.
Yeah.
Like,
It may be worded that you can perceive, and perceive could mean seeing, or it could mean seeing and hearing. But I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Just as the spirit in the border ethereal can't speak to creatures on the material plane or vice versa. I'm gonna say they can hear you because they can certainly see what's going on around. So why couldn't they hear you? So
Okay. If that's how you're ruling it,
yeah, unless you want it to be
then-
that way.
No, I want to know how you ruled it.
Yeah.
So if Kavik is in the room,
Mhm.
Gray still thinks that he's alone. So
Mhm.
as he starts realizing, Gray talks a lot to himself when he's alone, but none of you would know because he's normally alone. So I don't roleplay it. He's like pondering through all the papers. So actually, since you would have to like make checks to manipulate them, Gray would actually still rifle through them. Because he's mentioned a lot before about like how his the way he does combat is very much like the somatic components of spells.
Mhm.
So as he's flipping through all of this, he's like, God damn it, I don't. LTL, if you were here, you could get all of this fixed in just a couple seconds. Why did I never fucking listen to you when you would go on your tirades about this crap? If you were in my spot, you would have gotten all this fixed a long time ago. Just a dumb old man. He will, while Kavik is trying to read them, he will grab all of them up, and he will come back to the main room and put those on the table by the
Kavik,
unfortunate Warforged.
yeah, they look like former plans and some current plans for the ring. So it would have to be like pointed out which ones might be relevant and which ones wouldn't. But as far as scribing, you think that someone with a steady enough hand could scribe and doesn't need like a magical sort of connection with the rings.
If I search that room where all of those papers and the clay humanoid was found, is there anything else of use?
Give me an investigation check.
13.
You find a set of tinkering tools.
Right.
A set of smith's
Kavik.
tools.
Smith's tools, okay. Like Kavik.
Yes. And underneath one of the shelves you find a couple bars of iron. Sorry, Kavik, you would know that maybe someone would... the player would know that someone might need to make an Arcana check, but could theoretically make an Arcana check to successfully scribe these runes. So, that's metagaming. But
Worst Arcana check ever.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he's going through all the stuff and he's like, well, damn, Kavik, if you hadn't grabbed the one interesting thing in here, you would have found a whole bunch of other stuff you loved. Lesson to you. Pops back out. I'm sorry that I keep on
Are
dragging
you dead
Kavik.
shaming me?
I'm dead shaming you. I'll check the last two. He's really
Okay.
looking for something to help. He doesn't care about the ball. He's like, you're all dead. Something's going on, but you're all dead. He's trying to help the one person that he sees has a body still. So I'm looking for something to help.
Okay. The northern one...
Our healer's kit survive that explosion?
If it was in the bag of holding, yes. If not, no.
No, okay. Because we picked one up at the ship, but Kavik
right.
had it.
Alright.
Because I think that
I thought there was something healer related, but I think that would have been gone.
And it also, I think that only stabilizes. I don't think it would restore hit points unless I had the healer feat.
In the northern room, you find that a stiff wind blows through the broken window in the east wall, causing the tattered gray curtains to billow and flap like angry ghosts. Snow covers the bed and much of the surrounding floor. The room to the south, wooden planks have been nailed over the broken window of this room to hold out the wind. Furnishings include a saggy double bed and a bookcase containing some folded clothes, a few blank sheets of parchment, and a set of calligrapher's supplies. Next to the bookcase is a soot-stained hearth wherein a scroll lies amid the ashes.
A soot-stained what? Hearth?
Yes, wherein a scroll lies amid the ashes.
I'll go take a look at the scroll.
Okay.
Maybe it's a scroll of bring my friends back.
It says, Macretus, I've had enough of this damned relentless cold. I feel it creep into my bones, my head, my heart. I'm heading back to 10 towns for a decent meal and a warm bed. I fear this endless winter has numbed your mind, and any tinkerer with their chains can see the summer star is a fool's errand. Maybe without me here to incessantly complain to you, you'll finally snap out of your obsession. If you truly insist on dedicating your remaining days to this doomed project, might I suggest that 3 is better than 2? I considered telling you before, but you were particularly rude about the dinner I made last night. May the light of the morning Lord protect you, Copper.
bunch of magical people messing with magical things, and they all turn themselves to ash. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh, people have heard. All right. Is that every room?
Yes.
Comes back to me. Kind of puts his hands on the table. Now that book that Evander had been taking, did that get incinerated? It was mostly already incinerated. I
I'm
know.
sorry,
from what
the
you said.
Wonders of Neth,
The Wonders of Neth.
that is also incinerated.
I don't know. It's kind of funny because now I'm gonna still talk to you even though you didn't talk even when you were conscious. I could take you back to the druid. Take you back to Bryn Shander. Start over. Find someone else who can help me. And then he looks up and he sees the writing on the window. What was written on the window? Do we remember?
I do not. I do not have what's written on the window. Was it, Kavik, what did you write on the window before?
Or what would you have written
Yeah.
if you don't remember?
Um,
Goodbye, Dave.
I don't.
Oh.
Goodbye, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. I don't think I remember what I wrote.
Okay.
Well,
You
think
can
of
make
something new.
up. Yep.
What would be
Let's see. I wrote. Not dead.
Good start?
Find plans.
Okay. Okay.
Fix thing.
Okay.
Okay. So he's like, he looks up from farewell on the table and he, you know, like in thinking, he's like looking out the window to think, and then like, you know,
It
his eyes kind of
autofocuses, yeah.
refocus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, Kavik?
I knock over something small.
Okay.
Tink.
Evander?
I do the same.
Miss Sanji?
I just like throw 2 handfuls of my own ashes in the air.
Okay, I can get that. You're upset. What the hell is happening?
Tell him
draw-
that
I
it's
like
too powerful, so
using-
he needs to contain
Using
it.
my fingers, I draw lines under not dead. Find plans. Fix thing.
Okay. Not dead. That's good. I think. Sorry if I was saying anything. You didn't hear nothing. I like jostle like farewell a little bit. Is farewell here or wherever you are?
Farewell is there with you, but unconscious. And her little thing would be dead. Actually. Yeah,
Hell.
unfortunately.
Very much.
Swing is like a little bit of like
Yeah.
seasoning on top
Yeah.
of. Okay. Okay. Find plans, fix thing. Like these? And I kind of like wave the blueprints.
Yes, tell him it's the third one from the top.
I like nudge Kavik over
I'll draw.
a check mark.
I'll draw a 3, and then an upward arrow.
I just pull on that piece of paper.
That's a good idea, probably.
That works. Okay. Shuffle, and I have that at the top. So what is this? What is on this piece of paper?
Give me an. Oh, you mean. Give me a intelligence check or a. No, wait. This says insight check. This says DC 15 intelligence insight check.
Yeah. So if you're that is,
That's a
you use
thing?
your
Okay.
intelligence, but if you are
Proficient in insight? You
which I'm
have
not.
witnessed a device malfunction, so you can make this with advantage.
Okay, so my wisdom insight would be higher, but I'm not proficient in insight, so I'm just gonna roll intelligence at advantage and see what I got.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Okay.
He doesn't get it. He's old. He
He
doesn't
gets
get
that
it.
it's a thingamajig.
We are
And on the
dead.
paper is one thingamajig turned on another thingamajig with a third thingamajig around the core.
Look,
And
okay,
you don't see the third thingamajig around the core.
Okay, the
that's what it
picture
is.
here doesn't look like the picture there. I'm not a mage, okay? I know a lot of mages. I don't get this stuff. What am I supposed to do?
Okay, can I scoop some of my ashes onto my finger?
Yes.
Nails down. Havoc, write the word make in the window, and I go over and like smudge some ashes on the third ring on the blueprints.
Okay.
And I'll do that.
Give me.
Oh, you are absolutely dense. You had plans for making the third ring. Yet you thought this wouldn't work without the third ring. And you blew yourself up because of that.
No. I
Are
thought that the 2 rings were enough to contain the power, but the third ring had
What's
to
the
be.
point of the third ring blueprint?
It wasn't.
You are.
Look, I blew up for a reason.
Yeah, and evidently so did we. Because you are dense.
Yeah, I really
Had
don't know
good
how a controlled
intentions.
weather spell turns into a bomb, but
Good intentions.
Sun.
Stop the
Result.
ride.
Containing a little mini sun. That's how. Okay, so I see like the word make on the window and then a smear on the I whipped myself with
Yes,
my
you did.
cord. And then I see a smear on the paper.
Would Gray put this together, though?
I'm gonna roll another intelligence check for myself to see. And I'll tell you what it rolled. 17.
There you go.
I think that he can put 2 and 2. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you know what this is?
Finally got it.
I need to step out of character. This is when you're explaining to your like grandpa how to like send an email and you have to attach a picture to it.
I was gonna say like how to use the Roku remote or something. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
You know, and
Grandpa,
he's like, just do it step by step. I don't get it. Okay. Make the yes. Okay. The picture has 3 rings. It has 2, so I have to make a ring. Okay. There's tools in the other room that like Havoc used. The most I've ever done is like get dings out of my armor. I'm supposed to make that? Is there even was there a forge in there? Something to get hot?
There was like a mini forge.
Oh, like a George Foreman mini forge?
Yes.
Love the
Quite like that. Very portable, very edible.
the wonderful dwarf inventor George
Yeah.
Foreman.
just a hot plate in the back. That you
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Havoc, I don't really know anything about smithing. Why did you have to be the one that was most incinerated? You could literally fix this.
You could pick up a rock and tap him through the steps, Kavik. Like tap on the
Like
things. Like tap on the things he needs to use first, and in what order? You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'll find some type of very small rock or a twig or something, and just like kind of place it, on the paper where he's supposed to start, and then kind of like drop it down as he's accomplished each step.
So you're just you're pointing a stick at the finished diagram and tapping it?
No, I meant the tools in the other
or-
room.
Oh, the tools.
Oh,
That's what I was
Oh,
trying
I'm
to
sorry,
tell
I didn't
Kavik.
understand.
The gray is like,
Yeah, okay.
look, they're...
I'll find a light colored stone so it's easy to see, and I will kind of walk him
I love the
through
roleplay of this. I'm sorry if you are frustrated.
each kind of item that he needs as he needs it.
Okay.
Can I poltergeist him? Like, can I just like take over him?
Can you ghost him? Like, come behind him and like grab his hands?
Let's see.
That's
I am
right.
more than... I am
Somebody-
unfortunately more than 5 pounds.
Your hands aren't. He just comes up behind you and lets you.
My hands are probably
Just pretend
more than
you're
5
weightless.
pounds.
Put any weight behind it, you would need more than 5 pounds.
I mean, do you really think I can do this? I could just go back? No, I can't go to Bryn Shander. I'm not allowed in. I could find an actual smith. I could bring this to him. I could come back here. I still have the Windwalk. If you want to wait. Yes, no. Tap something twice for yes and once for no. I mean, I don't want to mess this up.
I tap something 3 times, and I don't know how to communicate indifference. There's really...
Okay, look, if this is only going to work if you follow literally simple instructions.
But
Otherwise, I could just leave.
I turned to the blob really quick. You said the device is stable. He can pick it up, or
Yes.
should he not?
You
Well,
can.
then I kind of don't see a problem with him taking it out of here. Can we follow him?
Wait, will it only be stable if he puts the 3rd ring on? God damn it. Craft a 3rd ring.
Important question. I'm sorry, Kaplan. I wanted to wake up farewell first thing, but I don't. 4 hours.
4 hours or less. I'm not going to be out forever. You just.
That's right. Yeah, because you get a long rest after 4, right?
Well,
Reboot.
no, if you're stable, it's 1d4 hours until you wake up.
Oh, that's right. I always forget about that. I don't go unconscious. I normally immediately die. I don't
Either die or
spend a
you
lot
get
of time
rezzed by somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would think it was best left here.
Based on what the ghost man says?
Yes, it is best left here because you don't know when it will become unstable again because the energy has to be harnessed within.
I see.
I
And that could be a matter of minutes or.
Seconds. If he activates it, it could be potentially dangerous again.
could.
Alright, before Gray can have a panic attack, I tap twice.
Okay. I can sneak back into the city. I can find that smith that Kavik's been.
I tapped
working
twice again. Twice was no, right? Was twice no or was
with.
once
Twice
no?
was
What
yes.
was it?
Twice was yes.
I hit it really hard one time.
What are you saying? Go
What
back to
happened?
the window, damn it.
No.
So I have to make it here?
I draw a little cartoony thumbs up.
Fine, okay. I know enough. I'm going to turn on the George Foreman mini forge.
Okay.
I'm gonna get.
Sponsored.
George Forgeman.
Ha!
Fine, look.
Ha!
Okay.
You get an advantage on your next check.
If this is going to work, you're gonna do something that you've never really done before, you three. You're gonna listen to me. And we're gonna work on this together. Kavik,
Ugh.
you're going to be in charge of the smithing. If there's magic shit, Evander, you're in charge of that. Communicating with me in a succinct, easy to understand way is Miss Anji.
I tap once.
From here on out, 1 tap is yes, 2 taps is no. If I hear anyone tap 3 times, I'm leaving. Alright.
I just like grab Evander's hand.
Alright,
You
Kavik,
can't really
you're
do
up.
that, but that's okay.
You're up first.
I
How much?
jump through the wall.
I'm gonna put the blueprints out and I'm gonna say, Kavik, you're up first. How much metal?
Kavik, just check your roll 20 when you get a chance.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna get a man with average intelligence. This is the most realistic thing in D&D ever. A man having to
Really?
learn something with just straight average intelligence and everyone else around him is more competent.
Sarah, I'll try the first option
Okay.
for a while.
Okay, that's a-okay.
So, I guess, does it say on the plans how much metal he needs?
3/4 of a pound.
How much are the ingots? Because Gray will say how much an ingot is. Or maybe Kavik can just tell.
I have no idea how many pounds are in an ingot, so let's say 1. 1 ingot. To make
Okay.
things simple.
Okay.
I will
Jim's gonna figure
take.
this out, but
I will take an ingot and judge 3/4 of such. And is there any type of chalk in
Yes.
this
Mhm.
workshop? Then I will pick up the chalk and draw a line where he needs to cut it.
Alright, but I know enough I have to heat it first. I can't just cut it. So I will put the ingot in and let that cook for a bit. And he'll he'll go
let it
get
get up to So what
Yeah,
you're gonna
let it-
do, Ink, is you're gonna do something that's called a hot cut, where you heat your metal up to temperature, and then just kind of like pinch off using like a some type of wedge,
Mhm.
however much you're cutting away.
in real time where Jim teaches me how to do blacksmithing only through charades.
I was gonna say we're gonna have to figure out how to write that or symbolically
Take for the
communicate
metal
it.
to heat up fully.
Gray will get the calligraphers. He'll gather everything into the workshop so that Anji and Evander can write. He'll like set up an ink
nice.
well, and the parchment.
Farewell, how long did you roll that you were out for?
I didn't.
Can you please
It's a
do that?
D4. Of course.
I would say it's probably through all the communication and searching already been at least one.
Yes. That's what I was
I-
thinking.
I'm using my Rime of the Frostmaiden dice, which you have a chance to win next week.
Yes.
Just putting that out there.
I did a pop chat.
2 hours.
Okay. So it's been an hour already, and you have a feeling that you don't have a feeling, but Gray, as you watch some metal melt, and Kavik, you knowing how metal melts, it might take another hour. So for it
Yeah.
to be melted enough to pinch off, as you said. So
He spends the rest. He does not touch the device. He is smart enough to like never really care about messing with it. He sets up the parchments that Anji and Evander can talk, since I feel like Kavik would love to instruct with chalk. So yeah, he gathers all of that stuff and then waits.
as you begin
So
to like notice this metal being soft enough to do what to take some out, farewell, you start to regain consciousness. And can Warforged feel pain? You have a massive headache and feel very, very weak and faint.
and you're on a table.
And you're on a table.
I immediately extend my hidden blade, the
Mhm.
short blade that's in my arm, and try to sit up, but like get like really dizzy.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Is Gray in the same room? I don't
Gray
know.
is probably in
Gray
the
Is
other
the
room.
forge in?
Yeah, I'm in the room just north of this, so I would be right by the open door. So
Okay.
I'm very close.
The
Yeah.
first thing you probably heard is this ching.
Yep.
I'll
And seeing no immediate danger, I'm still leaving my blade out, and
Mhm.
I'd sort of put both feet on the ground and try to stand up. I'm a little
Hey.
wobbly.
Unsteady.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna he is like, Ghost Kavik, watch the thing. And he'll come over to you and be like, "Hey. Okay. You're awake? So you're finally awake." Right.
I
I got that. Thank you.
sheathe the extended sword. Yes, I'm not Link. Okay.
Right. It's still gonna be a lot of me talking. How do you feel?
I can't even do facial expressions.
Your
I
shield.
just hold my head like not this character.
Oh, that's right.
That was one shot. That was one shot character.
One shot character. Okay. I'm gonna explain what's happened as best as I know how, and then I could really use your help if you can walk. And he will go on to be like, everyone is gone. They are little specks of ash, but they're not dead. They're somewhere else. They can move things, but they can't talk. Oh, by the way, all of their crap is in your bag now. And he'll take it off and he'll put it back on you.
Yeah, I'll take sort of a little bit more abruptly than maybe attended, but I'll put it back on.
Look, I was trying to see if you had anything that would help you. But Kavik and the others are walking me through fixing that device. They say that fixing it can bring them back. Maybe. If it doesn't, you and I back to Bryn Chander, fuck all of them. But for now,
Anji just starts wildly throwing her ashes and other people's ashes at your face. Don't even.
that is Anji, I'm quite sure. She's very upset. She's very fucking stop! God! We're trying, okay? I have to do you know how to forge at all? A little. Okay. I'm the room behind me. There's some tools where I'm making something. Can you walk?
I'm a little unsteady still, but I managed to keep my balance all the way over.
All right. In here. And he'll go
Start
into
taking a
another
look around at the situation.
Kavik, is it hot enough? 1 tap yes, 2 taps no.
Is it hot enough, DM?
Yes, it is.
Tap.
Okay. So I cut along where you showed me. You can do that. All right. I'm going to try and make the cut.
Okay,
that I
give
have the
me
right
a
one in the middle.
dexterity check.
I will
Dexterity.
assist.
Okay.
Okay.
Or I'll let, if you explain it enough to Farewell, Farewell can do it.
I
She does have a blade arm. That might make
was
it
gonna,
easier.
I was gonna say. Can you
I
make the cut?
also have very steady hands from my wood carving.
Right. Very true.
You know, if there's
I'll
something
allow
that
it.
needs to be like hammered or something, I'll help. But can you make this cut?
Why don't you give Farewell advantage then?
Yeah, I'll give advantage. I'll hold it in place with like some tongs.
Mm-hmm.
That is a dirty 20.
All right. You have succeeded in making the quarter pound of metal, and then it must be recast with the smith's tools. So we'll say give me a strength check for that. You can
Right.
assist in kind.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have bad strength either, so my assistance
Whichever you want.
is helpful, not just a weakling.
Okay. Strength check at advantage with a +5. Let's go. I rolled a 3 and an 11, but that's still 16.
16's enough. You have successfully hammered this out and made it into a ring. Now you have
Yeah, they're drawing this ingot out into a long bar of approximate dimensions to the other rings, and then using the horn, the kind of pointed, rounded part of the anvil, they're gonna heat it up and then kind of,
Bend it around
move and tap and bend it around into a circle. The last thing that they should need to do is forge weld the ends together.
I love that we have actual competent players that
Yeah,
know
what the hell?
things. Like when Nate goes on about physics and Jim's just like, let me just tell you some of my forging knowledge real quick.
all right. So
Okay. Yeah, so I'm hammering it.
it is successfully do that. Now this is the tricky part. You have to inscribe it with the runes. So, using the Tinkerer's tools, unfortunately not the woodcarving tools, you will have to use Tinkerer's tools, but you can either roll a dexterity or arcana check to successfully
Alright.
apply the runes.
Can someone who knows magic just sort of, is there an order? Evander, Asanji, Gavik?
On the plans themselves, like, does it have the runes inscribed, or are they only on like the item that's, whatever item that's already built?
The one that's already built. So he'll
Okay.
have to...
If the party would allow it, because I think that this would be a really interesting story moment. There is a mage that is very, very close to me in my background. I've been hinting towards it. We have the natural 20. If this is like sort of the big thing, we could cinch it and use that, because my arcana is just +0. I'm just an average person.
I have decent dexterity, but if this is most important, do we want to mess it up at this point either?
I'll say, Anji, like, thunks on the, like, door frame just to get your attention, and then goes over to where Evander put the bucket over the thing and, like, kicks the bucket over.
Okay.
And then
He's
taps
looking at it.
around next to the object.
Okay. Taps around next to it as like...
Yes.
Okay. Is she asking for something or just wants me to look there?
Just to look there. So, like, once you're looking at it, she stops doing anything.
Okay. All right. Like the same runes?
One tap.
Okay. The quill and the parchment. You guys might be able to get like one copied down, and I could put the parchment over the metal, and I could sort of use it as an etching guide if one of you are better at writing that.
Or I could just use chalk and do the
Do
do
it
like,
onto the piece of metal.
onto the metal, and then he, with like a chisel. Ting, 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 ting.
So I tap twice for no on the ground, run back and thunk on the doorway. And Kavik, I guess you're gonna grab the chalk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So you're inscribing these runes with chalk onto the metal, and who is doing the actual carving?
Will it be... Can we tell from the blueprints whether this is like what ability score we would be using to actually do the chiseling? Is this
Well, I mean,
is this like
Either someone with the knowledge of the arcane or someone very deft with their hands, yes.
Yeah, I would
I'm-
probably start picking up the tools to do it as the chalk is being inscribed, because I
Nate,
can
what do you
follow
got?
lines.
Okay. Give me a straight roll then.
hold on, because
Yeah.
Nate was trying to say something.
Sorry, Nate.
So I'm going to pound on the table
Mm-hmm.
and write out on the sheet. While you etch, you need to chant these words. And I'm going to start just writing out some of the like prayers and stuff like that I remember from my cult. Let me check what language I want to write this in. Sorry, 1 second.
Because then we could have Farewell do the etching and I do the chanting. Just so it's we're working together.
In Celestial.
Okay.
But these would specifically just be prayers towards my mother. Not that anyone would necessarily understand them.
Gotcha.
Okay. I think. Can you put
And
like
then
some
to my-
phonetics under that?
And
Okay.
to my friends,
Okay.
I would just be like, "Oh my god, this is a funny joke, right? Oh, he's gonna look like an idiot saying these words that he doesn't have to."
Honestly,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good jape.
Considering that fuck 'em comment he made earlier, yeah, I'm into it.
All right. I can do the chanting, and Farewell, you can etch this.
Give me a dexterity check and a performance check. From Ink. Gray gets performance.
Oh, that's a 4 - 1 for a 3, baby. So
Oh, you sound terrible. You're
I
butchering
mean,
these
yeah,
words.
he's just
They're
like,
garbage,
am I?
They're terrible.
He's like, I don't know if I can stop.
You think
so
you're,
I'll keep
Like-
going.
Like I'm almost finished writing the runes with the chalk, and it's like I just stop and like I'm laughing until the chalk is like shaking.
Ave Maria.
Luckily, I got a 22.
I
Nice.
can't even
nice.
read Celestial. I know
A
that's not
terrible
even
background.
close.
That is enough to write the runes on successfully. So now you see it must be attached properly on the sides, fit together. Now they must concentrate on it for an hour. Not that the time's arbitrary or not, but an hour.
And are there any sort of safety measures for interacting with the object in this way, or?
No. The third shell should the third ring should cover it completely now. Go ahead. Tell them to go ahead.
Okay. I like pick up the little ring they just made, I guess, and then just like knock on the doorway with it and start walking it over to the object.
Okay.
And
I guess Farewell was done. Okay, good.
I assumed it was done. Sorry. And I set it down just like next to the thing with the just write the instructions down on that parchment, lay it all down next to it, and step back.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm already dead.
Okay.
On the parchment, I'm just gonna write like the concentrate 1 hour part. Just bring it
Okay.
over and hold it in front of him.
Okay. Can I touch it?
Can you?
He's asking them.
Mage Blob, does it look like it's unstable right now to you?
No, it looks very stable.
Okay, I tap once.
Oh, fine.
Give me
I've got-
dexterity saving. No, I'm kidding. You're fine. I'm kidding.
He will, carefully, like, he's got I'm fully armored with mithril armor, magical armor, so maybe that would protect me a bit. Who knows? He'll kind of like wrap his hands around like the rings that are already attached. And I'll pick it up. Put it on the table.
Okay.
Take the ring. Find where it needs to fit in. Actually, Farewell, can you sort of hold it while I put the ring on? Thanks. Okay. Fits it on.
Yep.
And we now sit here for another hour.
And that's where we'll take a break for the night. Yay! Perfect timing, guys. Perfect timing.
Can I take a short rest?
Yes, you can.
I'll concentrate on it for an hour. You take a short rest.
Yes, very much so.
I have full HP. I'm looking great, guys.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. We will take a 5 to 7 minute break, refresh our beverages, do whatnot, and we'll be back soon. BRB.
Bye.
and ready to sit for an hour. Well, we'll pretend that hours are doo-doo. And Gray, you can feel yourself attuned to this item now, and you can use mechanically you can use the control weather spell from it without being outdoors.
Okay. Farewell.
You think
think I'm
that you can
done.
only cast this once?
Just once ever.
Yes.
It's just it's a damn weather ball.
Everyone else, you see Mikoritas kind of say, feel that? The light? And you all seem to each feel in your own way a light coming and washing over your being. And he looks at you and says, it's nice to have light. And fades out of existence.
Are we
Have
gonna
it.
do that shit too?
Well,
Kevin, Evander, Anji, one light as you group up together is upon you and says, will you accept the light?
No, that last dude accepted the light.
One of you must accept the light.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Carry on. Continue the cycle. 3,
So Havoc's
Two.
blob
I'll go.
is going to
Jim first.
move in front of you and say, just tell Gray that I'm sorry. I'm sure he'll find another way back. And I move into the light.
Light beams down on Kavik, and he slowly fades away. Evander and Anji, you immediately find yourself back on the material plane, restored to full health, regardless of how you died. Farewell. Gray, you see Anji and Evander back on the material plane. No one sees Kavik.
Are we clothed?
Are you?
And does Anji normal? To
Anji,
us, normal.
you look...
Goodbye, Anji.
Dave's gone. Way to go, Dave.
Anji, you reverted to your natural form. Please describe to us your natural form.
Right.
Oh God.
I mean, well, I guess Evander and I materialize once again, and in front of you, you see this like shell-shocked, well, okay, person, humanoid creature. It's about 5'11". Much like almost if you took Anji and squished her in the middle and put her up, that's just sort of like almost translucently pale with these like sunken eyes that have like no, just totally like white sclera. She still has the same like icy blue like frizzy hair that's just massive. It's just a like, think like Starfire from DC Comics, just like unreasonably huge. And she's just standing there slack-jawed. My Discord cut out nude, potentially.
I don't think you're nude. No, you're not nude. You have your stuff.
Okay. But just the stuff is like just way too short, but also way too like big, just sort of like an awkward little poncho that's sort of draped over. And she like blinks and like realizes that she's like looking at people from like a higher vantage point and sprints out of the room.
roll a
I will follow her.
d4 for what direction you go.
Okay.
Or
3.
it. In this case,
You go
I will drop
towards
whatever
this
I'm
hallway.
holding, and as soon as she bolts, I'll go after.
Okay, is there I go towards which hallway?
This hallway.
Okay, yeah, I just sprint down there. Is there literally like any door or anything I can like
there's
hide
a door to
behind
the north
or
and there's a door to the south, yes.
I slip into the one through the north and slam the door behind me.
Okay. As you reach the door, Farewell, you can try to stop Anji from shutting it all the way, but you can just get a foot in if you want to try, or you can let her shut it. And
I'll let her close it on
Okay.
me. I'm going to write on a piece of paper, changeling, and slip it under the door.
Okay.
Gray's like, can everything stop for like 1 sec? Evander?
Yes. You're not rid of me yet.
Right. Where's Kavik? Was he with you? He was with you.
Think of this in a way that won't get me punched, because it's not my fault. He is a self-sacrificing bastard. Someone apparently needed to stay behind. There was no discussion, only Kavik, acting impulsively.
Yeah.
I knock on Angie's door if she hasn't responded yet.
Anji like has her back pressed to it and she's just like like almost kind of dipping into like sort of a panic attack. I think she can hear Farewell like coming down the hallway, right? And then the footsteps kind of
I was
quieting.
like right behind you.
You're right.
Right. She knew you
I
were
was, like,
there.
Because I have so much more. I'm so much faster than you are.
Yes.
Assuming you have
Right.
30 feet.
But I think after a moment of like nothing happening past that point, you know what I mean? Like you're not trying to force your way in through the door, like trying to like force it open or anything.
Just put a piece of paper under the door and knocked politely.
You know, I don't know if Anji would like notice the paper necessarily, considering the state she's in, but give it like maybe a minute or so, and like you see the door kind of like crack open, and despite the like 13 inches or something she's put on recently, this is like the smallest you've ever seen her. And she just kind of like stares at you for a second.
I point behind you to the paper on the ground.
She looks down and still keeping her eyes on you, she like slowly reaches down to like pick it up and reads it and looks back up at you and just says, "You know about us. And you're okay with it?" She like closes the door, reverts back into her Anji form, and the door like swings back open as she's like fluffing back out her hair. Says, "Okay, well, that's good. Okay, we'll just we can talk about it. We can talk about it. Sorry. Don't really know what to say. Do you mind if I just take a minute? Okay.
And I'll walk back down the hall to see the rising voices in the other room.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, while you guys are talking, right when you're like, "Can I have a minute?" if we rewound a little bit, because he was like tensing up, he would have been like, Vander, can you step like one? Can you step a little bit to the left?
Of course. And he'll bow out of the way.
And a large chunk of wood goes smashing through the window
Okay.
where Evander was. And it's just like, and it breaks through. And he goes,
Now, I'm not sure how permanent this may be. He had to stay behind. There's no guarantee that he's not still with us in this room. It said one has to remain. I don't know whether that's where we were before. And while I'm doing this, I'm preparing a spell in case Gray just starts getting out of hand.
Okay.
right on the wall. Tap something.
Also, all of you are blessed currently with the blessing on the Morning Lord. Whereupon you gain 10 temporary hit points each day at dawn.
Oh, wait a second. Okay. When we were hanging out at Brinchander, I spent like a couple of days just hanging out with the Morning Lord monk. Would I have like recognized that like light or anything that was going on there as being like of the Morning Lord?
Roll an intelligence check. With advantage, because you were there for a few days.
Okay, it's a 14.
Yeah, Andre, you have a feeling that that presence was a good thing. A Lathander thing. So it's very soothing, peaceful, warm, bright. Makes you feel like maybe Kavik stepped into the light for you. Kavik stepped into the light for you.
Right, but I wouldn't
Moved
know
on.
what that meant about his sort of like status as a living being.
He's moved on.
He went into the light. Fucker. What Evander saw was a big burst of anger, and then instead of continuing to rise, it fell, and like the very faint, because everything that he like says is very echoey, very, very faint crying. Like very much so trying to stay quiet. It's not mourning for Kavik so much as mourning for what Kavik was supposed to do for him, but tears nonetheless.
Yeah, I walk into the room sort of after the big sound. I don't know what happened. I see what's going on. I realize Kavik isn't here. Sort of hear the last end of this conversation. I sort of piece it together. And does Gray still have the ball thing? Or is it just like on a table somewhere?
I mean, does like attuning to it, did it become like compact and able to hold, or is he like, is it still just like a big apparatus?
It's still a big apparatus.
It's probably then when he went to go pick up the thing and throw it, it's probably on the table. But I am, yeah, I guess still attuned to it.
I'll pick it up and put it in my bag of holding, just for transport's sake. And then I'll wait a moment or two. If Angie hasn't come back in the room, I'll go up to Gray, write something on a piece of paper, put my hand on his shoulder very softly and gently, and then sort of stick it in front of his face.
Looks at it.
First side says, I understand.
Flip it over.
There you go. We will find a way.
What?
It's about that time that Anji walks back in, just with a soft little.
Back as how we know her.
Yes. Room's pretty quiet, but she walks in and is just sort of like, so? I guess we're going to do something about it.
Like what?
Well, I don't know, something event or something optimistic. Come up with some sort of harebrained first step that will get us on a path to bringing Kavik back. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out because that's what we have to do, right?
Whatever he did, congratulations. You have a weather ball. That's what it is. It's a fucking weather ball. Can change the weather. That's what he was. He takes the piece of paper, the note from the other room of like the guy basically being like, you should give up on this futile. That was the big thing to stop the endless rhyme. He made a fucking weather ball.
Oh no, we know, don't worry. We told that asshole that he was an idiot 6 ways from Sunday while we were in the ethereal plane. I just don't know what, well...
If we had a body, that would be one thing, but, yeah, we're kind of... don't really have anything of his, if we're being honest. I do not see a way that we could bring him back.
He made me a damn promise. Now who else is supposed to? You know what? Because I don't think that anyone else here. Not that he ever actually claimed to me, but I actually maybe believed if we just got him the damn Charlatan, he could, I don't know, open a portal or something. So unless someone's got something, send me home. Because that was the deal. And as far as I'm aware, the only people that possibly have even the slightest chance is that bastard that has all the Charlotte. Maybe. If he's some kind of mage or something. But it seems like mages don't really last long here. You're from a cave. You're from another world. I mean, does anyone know what I'm supposed to do now? I need to go home. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. I don't want to be here. I want to go home. Can any of you help with that?
Do you want to go get buddy with the dude who's hoarding all the Chardonnay?
I'll get buddy with anybody who can just send me back where I came from. I'll find the damn druid myself. Maybe she has an answer. I don't know. But can any of you help?
Boy, I wish I could.
Anji?
You know, not in that specific sense, but I suppose I'm having a hard time with something else entirely at the moment.
I know. Look. Whatever that was, I don't care.
No, not that. Kavik's dead! And I know I've only known the four of you for a little bit of time now, but, you know, I kind of was fond of the guy, even though I kind of got on him sometimes.
It was working. I get it. It was weird and hard, but it was working. We were getting shit done. And he had a whole bunch of harebrained screams, but most of them were to help people. I get it.
Well, and I was going to do it. You know, I was going to get to do my good thing and go and be done with this and what I've been doing, and then he just went in front of me. So frankly, I am sorry that you don't know how you're going to get home, but I don't think he deserved that. And I feel like I really did. So, if I can give my suggestion from earlier, we can find some harebrained, optimistic first step thing, which might be finding this mage that Kavik was so worried was going to destroy the world or whatever with that shard, and then take it from him, and then we'll figure something out as far as getting you home, and...
Well...
Please.
Look, it's sounding like he's gone, maybe he's not gone. I know one thing. If there was someone that could bring him back, I know who could.
Okay.
If the druid. The one that I've been looking for. If it was possible, she could do it because she's done it before.
All right, and how do we start to do that?
We have a location. Now I've got a, not bounty, I've got a rehabilitation that I'm supposed to do with a cleric, but frankly, I was kind of about to say that maybe this was where I needed to part ways, because I needed to find someone that helps. I was just going to go after her myself, if you had other plans. I've still got the last little bit of that spell. I don't know if wherever you went made it stop for you, but I could get there real fast.
Farewell has just been staring straight at you this whole entire time, unnervingly still and staring at you.
Are we not useful to you? Surely we help keep you alive.
Yeah, you'll help keep each other alive. I never said that you don't, but I lost literally everything. I got nothing left if I can't go home. It's all I want. And if someone can't help me along that path, then I really don't need to be focusing on that right now. There's people that I need to get back to. You have to understand. Everything. I lost everything. I just want it back.
What I don't understand is, well, I guess my goals have sort of changed in the past 30 minutes, but at this point, my sort of sole focus is to sort of finish the one thing I knew Kavik wanted to do that I can do, which is get that dang medal back. And how is that unrelated to your goals is what I'm trying to figure out. Because frankly, if we need to make a pit stop at a cleric's, I'm well able and capable to do that.
I don't know what a cleric can do sans literally anything left of the guy. And
Oh, no, sorry. I meant the one that you had to do some rehabilitation with or whatever it was.
Oh. Yeah. Well, it wasn't the highest on my priorities, but the thing is, his crack shoot plan of using the Chardelin to open a gateway or something and send me back, it was all just a theory. It was all in his head. I
Have
don't
you
even know
considered
if it could
the fact
work.
that it was all this bullshit? Has that crossed your mind?
Yeah. It did cross my mind that it was bullshit.
Yet you're very convinced that this man was your single salvation.
No. I said I would give him a chance. I never said that I thought he was my single salvation. I'll find someone else.
Okay, then stop pretending like he's the only thing that could ever possibly bring you back. You realize
I'm
we
not
are all
pretending anything, Evander. I'm just saying if Anji wanted to get him back, I knew someone who possibly could do it.
Well,
I'm not making illusions for myself.
why don't we go to the druid, get Kavik back, and continue on with your getting home plan? Can I roll an insight check on Gray really quick with a specific question in mind?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Okay.
I mean, my deception is, my passive deception is like 9.
You also know that he's evil right now. Like, alignment evil.
Yeah. This is not the Gray that...
He's a bad boy.
This is not the guy that wanted to spare kobolds. Like...
Right.
I was sparing everybody left and right, and now I've, been, all about, I don't really fucking care about you.
I was going to say, because I'm having a hard time basically understanding, why... again, because, it's not the guy who wanted, to protect kobolds and stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time kind of figuring, why he'd want to go off on his own, because, Evander pointed out, we keep each other alive and stuff, or is it that he actually cares about us a little bit and he, doesn't want anybody else to die? But that's probably not it. So, that's what I'm kind of trying to suss out, or even if there's just, a complete indifference to these other people that are still with him now.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, it was a nat 20.
Oh!
Nice.
Alright, yeah. It is complete indifference. He doesn't care about you. But that's unnatural. It's not conducive to the man that you had been we were traveling with each other for a while before this happened. And we were all kind of poking fun at the cleric when someone was like, something is wrong with this man. We were all like, haha, hee hee. But it really was a switch flipped, and it was if I cannot decide, immediately after before this, I killed someone, and then all I did was blame you. And this was a guy that took everything on himself. He spared everyone at any given chance. So the truth of what he's saying now is, I don't see how you're immediately useful to me besides keeping me safe. I'd much rather go straight towards my goals and not be held back. So I don't care about you. But that is unnatural for the man that you thought you were getting to know.
Right.
Singular goal. Everything else that isn't immediately about that literally could keel over and die, and he doesn't care. Even the little jokey comments I was making of we could just leave them here, fuck them. We could continue on.
Yeah. Okay.
I snatch the piece of paper back out of your hands, Gray. I cross out one side, and I write under it, cleric, bring Kavik back. And then on the other side, cross out the other thing, saving paper, safety and Bryn Shander.
The cleric, maybe. The cleric's not going to be there for a little bit. We, in the time that we have, Sarah, can I see the Icewind Dale map?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll write on the table, or pile of ash. It's probably all over the place by now. I'll put druid, arrow, animals.
Oops, I think I put you on the wrong one. Sorry. There we go.
Cleric,
Nope, wrong one.
and
Or,
then
sorry, the Icewind Dale map.
druid again.
Mhm.
You said druid, cleric.
We have to
I said
get
druid,
our animals.
Yes.
And
Which
then
one?
I said cleric, and then once again druid. All
Mhm.
arrows in between.
Yeah, so can you guys see the Icewind Dale map too? So if we're at the Black Cabin, yeah, what Farewell is saying is go to Tiefling Druid sighting, the one that cast the Windwalk on us, gather our animals, continue the loop to Bryn Chander. By that time, the cleric will be there to get me fixed. We can ask the cleric while there, can we get Kavik back? And then if not, we can then head all the way out to Amnon sighting, which is the druid that Gray said, I know for a fact, can bring people back without a body. As far as he's aware.
I'll point at the bring back, and then I'll point at the cleric. We do have something of Kavik's in my bag of holding, something magical.
Yeah,
that he had.
He was attuned to the no, or not attuned. I don't know if it required. He had the immovable rod, and anything that he's made.
The cloak.
Right. I mean, we have an entire sled. Like.
Yeah, we have anything that he's made.
That too. Yeah. All right. So we have some of his stuff that.
We have some of his stuff
that can help out.
And I guess we have his ashes.
Those got thrown all around.
That would be on me. I mean, sort of.
There's a bit on all. Yeah. Okay.
You sort of went ham with the ashes.
Listen. I was sort of thinking it'd be reabsorbed if we came back, but oof.
Yes.
I'm looking at Gray like.
I'll carry on with Anji's 20. It's the animals that brings him back. And he's like, I suppose we shouldn't leave them. I don't care how evil I am.
Is my Chewinga here or like, not here, by the way? No. Okay.
No! Bring it back, Sarah!
Chewinga's gone.
Bring it back! The Chewinga could have gone into the... Did the Chewinga go in the light and bring Kavik back?
Here first.
The Chewinga should have sacrificed itself. They're definitely equivalent. Okay. But yes, he says, okay, you can get the animals and then loop back to... Yeah, it makes sense. And we have a weather ball. We can give it to the cleric and the acolyte. Explain what happened.
Anji sort of like watches you speak, like kind of sadly, and then huffs and like refluffs up the like fur trimming on what clothes like that, like other clothes that are still kind of got like patchy holes in them and stuff. She's like, well, all right, then that sounds like a very good plan and a very good first couple of steps.
If you're reading me, can I read you back?
Yeah, sure. Read me for filth, Gray.
I want to read you for filth, but I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I rolled a 5. 7. Tell me everything.
Yeah. Oh, she's an open book. She's got 3 siblings.
Right.
You can tell that
right.
from her expression.
What's your plus to deception?
It is. You want me to roll? I'll roll.
Well, I mean, I just want to know what your plus is, just in general.
It's +6.
Yeah.
So I don't think I
if you rolled
could
a
fail
1,
that one.
so if you rolled a 1, I still can't read anything on you. So you know what? Yeah, you're an open fucking book, aren't you? I know everything that I need to know.
It's just all the pages are blank, man. What you gonna do?
You just had a big old crush on Kavik. You were kissing each other in the tent when he was stitching up your wounds. That's what it was.
Evil Gray about to start that rumor.
You just wanted that hobgoblin hanky panky.
Anji walks out.
I'm not saying that. Gray's not saying that. This is Dylan. Okay.
Anji looks up at the sky and like flips the bird.
Are we headed on our way then?
If we bring him back, someone has to tell him that his laser thing is definitely gone.
I'm sure that will be the least of his worries.
You know what? I'll do that right before I break his jaw, so it'll be fine. I'll handle it.
You guys want to see if that spell's still working on you?
I try and mist up.
Does not seem to work.
Well, we could all walk, or actually, farewell, can you?
I'll try it. I'll spend a
All
minute
this, Sarah.
trying to turn into mist.
Wait, how long has it been? It's
We've been
been
here for 3
a
hours.
while.
We've been here for 3 hours. I know
Okay,
this
but
spell
it
lasts
took you a
for
little
8.
Oh, it
Yes.
didn't take you that long to get here. Yeah, so it's still less than 8, so you can try. You start to mist up. I'm sorry, yes, Steve?
Okay. As far as like, so you said we're like clothes, so there's no like hilarious nudity hijinks.
No,
but like, as far as like our actual inventory goes, like anything non-magical, basically evaporated.
Anything non-magical is pretty much gone.
Okay. Am I gonna freeze to death?
Oh, because you're winter clothes.
Yeah, and I ain't fooling with devils.
I'm gonna say that you look like you did when you exploded, but you don't have your physical belongings, you have just what you're wearing. Kind of like when you turn invisible. And like,
So like armor and like the winter clothes I had on are okay?
yeah.
Okay, I'll keep those two things. Okay.
Like, okay, so it's like your backpack, basically.
And
Like,
weapons are
evaporate.
okay. But like
Yeah, let's just
coins
say you
and
all like turn
mess
invisible
around.
kind of thing, and then you popped out. That just makes it easier than you all having to freeze to death and be naked.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll
One of
put all my stuff back.
sees that they can turn to mist. He's just making sure that he can psychically link with Gray before he dips out. Because assuming as soon as Farewell is able to turn into mist, I think Gray wants to just like get moving on this. So he's just going to psychically link with Gray, just pass along the message that I'm not one for comforting someone, so I will provide you a solution. There are no empty promises on my end, but we both know I come from a line where there is power. Everyone in this world, whether they are good or bad, meets the same end. The well-intentioned meet worse ends than they deserved. The malintended, well, they seem to benefit. There are no promises that my mother cannot keep. Take that as you will. If you benefit her, if you benefit us, things can come your way. Not empty promises by a crazed hobgoblin.
She do what I want? Do you know?
She's powerful enough. She was a god after all.
The things that I heard you shouting to that dragon. Were you telling the truth? Or was it one of your deceptions? Would you abandon all of us to save yourself?
In a heartbeat.
He nods and turns into mist. Okay. I'm flying away. Bye.
At this point, you hear a boom, boom, boom on the cabin door.
Oh, maybe I'm not flying away. Take off my cool double flying sunglasses.
I think I'm the last person who hasn't quite turned into mist yet, but I'm standing out in the snow and I turn back and look around.
I don't think you and Evander can.
Sounds like a missed opportunity.
Ah,
Yeah, boo! Go back to being dead! Boo!
Oh, sorry.
but
Okay.
there's someone at the door. I thought you were inside. Are you inside or outside?
We're
We'll
inside.
say you're inside, yes.
Except I'm outside. She did something, right? Didn't you storm off on?
I walked
in the-
down the hallway towards
Yeah.
the exit.
Right, but
Let's like as she's reaching towards the
Yep,
exit.
it's kind of one of those synchronicity things. Yep.
I
Like they're
unmissed.
on the outside of the building coming in.
Yes.
Okay.
Air spell.
Okay. The door swings open. Go for it.
And you see
Oh my god. Oh my god, that fast?
an 8'2" Goliath that is like holding the haft of a great axe and using it to knock, and thunk against the door frame. And as the door opens, he kind of looks down at you, Angie, and goes, "You are not Macready."
No, I'm not. Is that Evander? Wasn't that the blob?
Where is Macready? And I'll kind of walk in and push
God.
Angie to the side.
Excuse me.
Hey!
Okay, sir, we've had a very rough day. If you could just slow down.
Are you still missed? Because if Gray is
You are
missed, I'm
missed.
missed.
You both
Oh,
missed.
That is how
I
this is working here.
am still. I didn't know if this interrupted my misting.
You're
I
like
think
How
halfway
does-
misted. You can
How does
demist slowly.
stranger respond to me demanding that they stand still and state their business?
Sorry, can you say that again?
How do you respond to Evander commanding you to stand still and state your business?
Not well. So where is my friend? Where is Macready?
Business. Now.
All right, Evander. He's looking for his
want
friend
business?
Macready.
I'll give you business. And he takes his axe.
Wait, stop. I literally put myself I raised both my arms up all right, I'm sorry. I apologize for my friend here. My name is Angie. Evander, your name is?
I am Halric Bearleaper.
Pleasure to meet you, Harlick.
No, Halric
Halrick.
Bear liquor.
Bearleaper.
If you do not stop talking, I will shut you up. Mr. Bear Liquor.
Leaper.
Leaper! I'm sorry. Got confused from my friend. I am afraid I think your friend has passed on.
Did you kill him?
No, but I did meet him in the ethereal plane. That's how I know.
That's where you were.
And the axe just kind of
Astral
slowly
plane,
lowers to the ground. He was my friend.
Mr.
We lost
Bareleybird,
someone too, yeah.
do you mind if I hold your giant hand?
Okay.
Can I-
And he holds
Can I
out his
insight check
hand that's like as big as your head.
I
You
like
can
grab
insight
two
check
of your fingers with two of my hands. We lost someone too today, so when I say I share your condolences, I truly mean it.
I would
Just-
absolutely love to insight check the line that he was my friend, because we've known about this dude's disappearance for a good few days, and we only came around to checking it out because it was convenient for us. If his friend is just coming by now,
True.
And is farewell missed?
I'm still missed. I don't know if you demissed it or not.
I probably stopped when I heard knocking, but I wanted to know if farewell mist is sticking around.
No, if you're in person, I'll start to unform as well.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
22. Well,
Alternatively,
we'll
we could
see
also
what
just get
But-
out of here.
that means. But as
I'm
far
sort
as
of I'm probably around the corner at the moment, just in case I freak anybody out.
Okay.
so you know that Macretus was missing for like a little while, as you know, but you kind of feel like this guy was helping him out a little, trying to get him supplies and stuff, just being that generous sort of helper outer. Maybe not the closest of friends, but he definitely knew the guy, and maybe when the flash went off, came and was coming around to check on him every so often, like he did, because Macretus didn't really know how to fend for himself per se,
And Halric is gonna just be kind of talking while this is happening and say, I would come and see him maybe once a month or maybe every few 10 days. And I was coming and I saw flash of light in the distance and I thought he's finally killed himself. Tried to come check on him.
Well, he did.
With the best
Unfortunately,
intentions.
A week ago.
He always said he could find
Reach
a way
into
to
my
stop the
holding,
winter.
and I'll pull out the orb and step around the corner,
Oh, Holric, this
keeping
is
a good
farewell.
hold on it. I'll just sort of hold it up.
What he was trying to make.
Hello, farewell.
This was the object he was making that ended his life, but was the thing that was going to solve the winter as well. It sort of works. I think it's a control weather ball now.
He was successful finally.
Yes.
Sorry for brandishing Max. I did not mean to scare you.
No, that's quite all right, Halric. Again, I'm very sorry for your loss, and sorry for sort of just being here when you weren't expecting us. I know that was probably strange.
Right. Well,
That's
business to get to.
It's not your fault that you happened to come here.
Halric, what are you planning on doing after this?
I mean,
Sorry, that seems a bit off color, but that's not my intention.
and I go around the Dale, visit different places, see if I can find new stories to tell. I am from the Thun Kalagag clan. You can call it in your tongue the Worm Doom clan.
We met some of your clan.
You did?
Oh yes, the tug of war.
Yeah. We
Did you fight or were you friends?
both a
Sort
friendly
of
fight.
both.
A friendly fight. They said
That sounds like a great story.
you're really
Maybe
far
someday you
from...
can tell me that story.
They're like all the way out east. You're really far.
Well, I am the clan Skald, and so it is my duty to find new stories to tell, songs to sing, and deeds to perform. So I go all around the Dale, meeting new people, fighting monsters, and singing for my supper, as it were.
I feel bad for someone that has to tell the stories of Icewind Dale. I'm guessing that most of them are kind of sad.
No, most of them are very funny.
While you guys are talking, I sort of like turn and glance at Farewell really quick and just like link with her for just a second. And in your head you hear, okay, Farewell, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm feeling extremely emotionally tender right now, what with everything that has happened in the past 45 minutes. My heartstrings are officially tugged by this man. He is large and adorable, and I feel very bad for him. And since we're down a person, I feel like, what if do you think? Come along? And the stories would be nice. I would love to hear a story.
She gives you a small nod.
And then I look at Evander and I just go, eh? And then I look at Gray and then I go, and then I turn back to Halbrick and...
You didn't give me a
Well.
chance to react! What the fuck? Dave!
I'm sus on you right now.
It does not matter.
I was gonna say something, but no, carry on.
Okay. Sorry, I'll pose the same question to you, Gray. Huh?
It would be someone to keep you two safe on the way back to the Druid.
Us
Since
three.
you can't.
Should
Since-
we even try to go back to the druid? Us three, or should we just try and make it back to Prince Shander? That seems like the better course of action.
I suppose. Yeah. We could meet back up there.
Well, we'll iron out. Halbrick, sorry, that was a little bit rude what just happened there, the sort of like 3 separate way, then all 4-way huddle. However, I was just, and we were all thinking, we're traveling around and doing things and acts and whatnot and collecting a few stories of our own. If you were down a guy, if you'd like to tag along in these darker times.
He looks, kind of confused as he's trying to think. It's not his game. Thinking's not really in Halrick's wheelhouse. But he kind of like looks puzzled, brows furrowed, and then kind of lights up with this, huge grin with way too many teeth. And he goes, "Yeah, that sounds like a fine plan."
She like wraps her 2 hands around your 2 fingers again and gives like a little squeeze and is like, perfect! Oh, that's great! Isn't that great?
He squeezes back, maybe just a touch too hard.
We'll work on that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh,
Thank
no.
I
you.
think the cold got
You
the
broke
better
her.
of that Angie.
I squeezed Dave out of existence.
I was just
Like
going
a tube of toothpaste.
to then awkwardly walk out of the room.
Okay, so you guys, Ulrich,
Yeah.
these two could use an escort back to Bryn Shander. Would
Which
you
two?
be willing? Those two. They're very good with their words. They probably have some interesting stories. And also, to be entirely honest, they've got nothing but the clothes on their backs right now. You seem like someone who knows maybe how to live off the land. They could use your help. If you would offer it, I'm sure they will find a great way to repay you.
Oh, yeah, I can help them. Do you not need any help? You are also quite small.
No, I'm fine. I look a lot taller when, you know, the person that is talking to me is on the ground. So, I'm fine.
All right. I will help my new friends. What are your names again?
Anji.
I'm Evander, if that matters.
Anji, Evander, and Farewell. Oh, such lovely names. I'm sure we shall have many great adventures.
Yeah, Evander's gonna just start to leave because they should probably get headed back sooner rather than later. And on his way out, he's just gonna mention to Gray. Think on what I said. Not all is lost. You still have avenues home.
I'm thinking about it. But I think you can also agree that I should pursue more than one avenue at once. Don't put all my eggs in one basket. Good luck, Evander. If we see each other again, then good. Good luck either way.
We'll be fine.
I know. Farewell. Shall we get back to what we were attempting before we were interrupted?
And I'll start to mystify myself. I'll give away over to our new large person.
You missed. He kind of goes, "Huh?"
And head over. Yeah, my eyes are very much glowing, which is probably something you've never seen before.
And I'm a weird metal man.
But that's probably all of me that you can see. And I will start heading towards our animals.
Yep,
Sure.
I
If that's where Gray is going. Otherwise, I'm following Gray.
He will go to the animals.
How long did we say it took for you to miss?
Oh gosh, this whole thing.
Yeah.
We can move
I
at
think
what,
it was like
300 feet per 6
three-
seconds?
3 or 4 hours to
And
get.
he's like, I gotta do the
No,
math
maybe it was
again.
faster than that.
It was way faster than that.
I think it was
I
2
that we
hours.
can-
This,
I think
this
we
Okay.
new character doesn't do math, so
Yeah, I think we can get there in under 2
I think
hours. It's
when
not too
we
far.
arrived here, I said we had like 4 hours.
Yeah, so I think when we get to
Anyway.
the druid, we're pretty much out of Misty because we spent 3 hours in the cabin.
We go at like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2
so
hours.
fast.
I don't know.
But
Not
200
even.
people.
Not
the
even.
spell, well, because also the spell was cast on us in the morning. It lasts for 8 hours, so
Yeah.
actually we're nearing nighttime.
Yeah.
Also, everyone, this has been a long
We'll
day.
probably just
Yeah.
use it up. Mm-hmm.
So you'll get there right as the spell kind of fades, and you guys will come down along this way through the forest and going around this mound kind of thing. So you'll make it to about here if you guys decide to leave the cabin as you make it through. Okay.
As we're leaving, I heard somebody mention eggs, and so and I start telling a story about how one day I found a nest of owlbear eggs. They were delicious.
You weren't worried about the mother coming back and retrieving them, or?
Never thought about them laying eggs. I guess they can.
Well, that was the hard part. I was in the middle of eating my very large omelet, and all I heard through the forest was a hoo. And I thought it's time to eat and run. So I'm
Andrew just
running
finds
through
this
the
hilarious.
forest, running through the forest, eating bowl of eggs, trying to hide from a mad mother owlbear.
Would you do it again?
Of course, it was delicious. Next
You'll-
time, more salt.
Yes, definitely. Seasoning is very important. You'll have to let me try some. I've never. I mean, how big is an owlbear egg? It must be.
Oh, it's quite large. It's about as large as your torso.
Oh my. Okay.
Plenty of yolks.
Sorry, in one egg?
No, there was a nest.
Oh, all right. I'm just learning a lot about owlbear fertility.
This whole way, Evander's not really saying much, just sizing him up
Okay.
and
Oh,
calculating.
he's sizable.
All right. So as Gray and Farewell reach the Druid Grove, you see the Druid still there. She said she'd remain there till the morning. Your spell is just starting to fade, and she says, "Oh, you're back so soon."
Yeah. We,
Only two?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're
That
fine.
was supposed to help, not hinder.
Most of them are fine. One is MIA.
I see. Well, please enjoy my fire for the night, and I'm sorry for your loss.
You lose enough stuff and you get used to it. Except for a bit. But he would take a moment with Farewell and would say, "Look, got the sled, the animals, all the rest of the supplies. You've got the entire bag with everything that was magical and valuable. This druid, Amnon, that she told us about. After Kavik, she was the next best lead I thought I had for being able to get home. If she could do it for me, she could do it to you, probably. You're the one that understands what I'm going through the most. We've got everything we need. We could just go try and find her. They've got the new big guy. They got their magic. They'd work out fine. What do you think?"
I get a piece of paper. I write out. What was his name? Mc something or other.
McCready?
3D.
Yeah, McCready. McCready equals cleric-ish. Cleric at Bryn. Cleric bring back.
if we were going to Amnon, we could still pass through Bryn Shander, but with us having the animals and us misting over here, we've got quite a good lead on the others. We could check in with the cleric and then we could just continue right on past. Is kind of what I'm saying. We could. I've been thinking about it. I pissed off that whole other clan. If I want to think of one little good thing, Ranji said, the one good deed. Now I'm putting a target on their back wherever I go. They've got their money making and they're good at talking to people. You know, they said, yeah, we keep each other safe, but I really think that they have more going for each other than me. But you get it. Got a similar skill set and got a similar story. So I'd be willing to keep going with you.
Oh, right. How much do you know about Warforged? And she knows she already asked you this question, but she's asking you again.
Where I'm from, the main island is called Salvation. It's my home. There's another island called Regos. They make people like you. They make you. They put something inside. So you're not quite just a machine. You're just... There's someone in there. A real person. Just living in a shell of metal. I relate, sort of. That's all I know.
She'll write, I was special ordered.
To, I was, specially requested to protect someone.
Under that, it'll be, they designed someone to kill, someone without a voice, someone very good at what they do.
You are good at it. But, is it what you want to do? Is that why you want to come back where I'm from?
My place was destroyed. I don't know if I want to go back.
Most of mine was destroyed too. I mean, it's called Salvation for a reason. But the people there that are left are happy and safe for the most part. If you...
I'll dig out the map from my bag of the rest of Faerun, and I'll open it up. And I'll, sort of gesture at the rest of the map.
There's a lot of world here. Is this you saying that you'd rather stay here than go somewhere else?
I'll say, here is bad, but maybe the rest isn't so bad. Better than my place.
You're talking about just leaving Icewind Dale.
Has to be better.
There could be mages.
Right. Fix winter here. Leave. But I don't know if I'll fit in.
I mean, to be fair, we never know if we're going to fit in no matter where we go. And it's not just because of being a warforged. But, so you're saying stick around just long enough to get these people out of whatever hell they made for themselves, and then afterwards we could... You're saying fix it here first.
Whatever god did this, killing them equals... She wouldn't know the word networking, but prestige.
Who could help us? Be the heroes that you get a connection to someone who can actually fix your own problem. And they'd owe you one. It's a little bit of a roundabout way of doing it. We could die. You got pretty close. But I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. Not until I'm home. I'm gonna die in my own bed. Fine. I'll think about what you said. No matter what, it's back to Birdshander. Which is fitting, since it's where it started anyway. Alright. I'll think about it. See what this cleric has to say.
Does anyone have anything else they want to do before the evening's rest? Well, as your eyes shut for the sweet grasp of
No,
blissfully
just getting to
ignorant
know
sleep.
my new friends. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Blissfully ignorant sleep. Farewell. You feel even emptier than usual as you ponder over your exact nature and future. Anji, you wonder if you will ever, ever pay off your debt. Evander, you think about your mother and your offer to Gray, and smile as you crumble a rock to dust in your hand. Harlech, you feel the warmth of potential friendship for the first time in a very, very long time. And Gray, you see a vision. A slew of humanoids swarming you. Perhaps a vision from another life. They're all blathering incoherently, tearing you apart. And that's where we're gonna end tonight. Yay! On a high note.
Thanks! Thanks, everyone else had such a great time! Well, not a great time, but it wasn't that. Oh boy.
Yeah, I decided to do that, so. Yep, so everybody, thanks for hanging in there. thanks for everyone doing their cool roleplay thing. Please, if you're in chat, and if someone could check chat if anyone's in there, usually tonight's the time where, usually it's the time of night when we, reward a player excellent roleplay, a D20 for excellent roleplay. We get a communal one tonight, no one used it, but, if anyone wants to throw out any ideas for excellent roleplay,
I think this has to go gray, right? Like, there's a whole lot of like really interesting roleplay that we had in our episode, but like gray, for the majority of it, was carrying the
You
team.
were the central.
You were in it the whole time.
today.
Oh,
You're the big
guys.
star, my dude.
Oh, guys. I was gonna say Anji. I was going to say, like, I really felt like
yeah, I'm gonna give-
like Anji
Oh,
changed.
I was
Like, there was a
crying.
change.
I'm gonna, since we have a pretty much unanimous vote, we're gonna give it to Gray this week, but Anji, please take a round of DM's inspiration, because I think that you did very well yourself with that whole,
Oh, thank you.
emotional kind of unraveling that you had. It was very good. So, everyone did fantastic, so thank you, for tuning in again next week. Please watch all next week. We will be giving, away stuff every night. We have 2 sets of Rime on the Icewind. Oh my god, it's too late at night. Rime on the
Rime of
Frostmaiden.
Ice.
Rime of Ice. Dice. Sorry, Rime on the Frostmaiden dice. Yeah, there you go.
Dale.
Yeah. So right
Some
there, and
rice.
they're so nice looking. So just tune in. We'll be giving 2 sets of those away, and we'll have fun antics all next week. With the birthday week starting July, 18th. There we go. Math. Okay. So have a good night, y'all, and we'll see you soon.